gotta talk about Diddy for a second because it's Diddy buddy time, everybody. Ashton Kutcher might be fleeing the country. Lots of updates. We talk about that in our featured story of the night. Oh, take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. It's Diddy time. Diddy update for y'all. First of all, Ashton Kutcher is talking about fleeing the country, leaving with his wife, Mila Kunis. Apparently, this is based off an insider from In Touch that's been spreading this around the internet. Who knows if this is true, but he was talking about, about how he did this European trip, and at that it felt so good. Maybe you raise your kids someplace else. Again, there's a lot of backlash towards him. There was Danny Masterson, and now he's been friends with Diddy for years. Now the Diddy thing is coming out, and he was saying he's just exasperated that once again he's being dragged through the mud because of his past associations. Well, I don't know if there's a past association. I think it's past because he's in jail now. About that you call that past, but he said first it was Danny Masterson convinced him that there's all these things are happening. And then now it's Diddy. Okay, and so this town is just a cesspool at this point. So he's not happy with it, and he's talking about just leaving. It couldn't be because maybe there's some allegations maybe coming out. There's a lot of celebrities right now that have not been named in this case. Of course, this case is going down in May. We'll have to find out, but there's more allegations coming forward too. It's like now a 16, well, at that point when they were actually like at a Diddy party, a person that was 16 years old, an accuser who hasn't said who they are. No names are coming forward yet. I know his team wants these names released, but they're all saying they fear for their life, which again, it's kind of a really big deal. This is bigger than Weinstein, guys. I know it's a huge thing right now. Everyone's talking about, but there's a 16-year-old at that time. So they went to a Diddy party and they were really excited. They met him, this person, and then he pulled him to the side and said, okay, so we're getting a little graphic. Said, show, so you guys need to mute whatever, but he said, show me your penis, pretty much. And so the guy said he felt pressured because it was Diddy, and so he pulled out his genitals, right? And then apparently Diddy started touching them, and he had, a bad time. He said he was very upset about this. They don't do it, felt emasculated, felt like he was out of control, and Diddy just controlled everything. One person. Another person came forward too, saying they were 13 at the time. So gross. But the 13-year-old's even more. She said that she was at a Diddy party, but it was after the events of one of the VMAs. After the VMAs, there's a party after that she was invited to back in September 7th of 2000, and went to the party, had a drink, and apparently started feeling weird. So went to a bedroom private to lay down, and then Diddy came in with two celebrities, male and female. And then one started having sex with her and couldn't stop. She couldn't stop. And Diddy and another celebrity watched. They got done. Diddy got in there. And apparently the other two watched. Well, Diddy did, abused her. And then these are all allegations that came forward. And then after that, they left and she just was broken down. Now, they just said he tried to get her to give oral sex to him as well. I mean, crazy shit. And then again, these people are coming forward because it's been so long. I mean, they're in their 30s now, 20s. And there's a lot of abuse allegations moving forward. Now, I would say this, though, it's hard to support a man like this. Everyone's gonna be distancing themselves. Hence why I was saying like Ashton Kutcher is distancing himself. He had the Danny Masterson thing already. And it's like, it's hard to be a Diddy fan these days. These are allegations again. He's in jail. Will he get out? I mean, it's hard to believe that all these people aren't telling the truth. At least some of them aren't. I just think Diddy's done. Again, these Diddy buddies are going to be dropping off the map, as you are calling Diddy buddies. And I think that if you were friends with them, it's a hard time for you. Again, there's all these celebrities that are not listed. Who knows who was there? And we won't find out till May. We will cover this, I think, on Kruse Control.
Maybe
Allie,
someone will let us know if he's the one that got rid of Tupac and Biggie.
Well, you know what? Angela, that's a thing, though, too, Angela, too. We talked about that the other day, there is, like, the family of Tupac is actually going after this, too, and putting a bunch of stuff into this lawsuit because they're saying there's a bunch of evidence coming forward that, Diddy was involved with the death of Tupac. And, of course, there's the whole Keefe D thing where he was saying that he was hired by Diddy for $1 million and then get paid to actually kill Tupac after the events of all of it. But at the end of the day, do you think, I mean, this is just a brutal conversation overall. It's everyone's talking about it, Angela. But do you think that at the end of the day that people are keep dropping off? Will they actually leave the country? You think Ashton Kutcher's actually going to leave, or will these people just trying to distance themselves because it's so bad?
Is Ashton Kutcher going to leave?
Yeah, you think he'll actually leave the country, or is it more big talk because they're just trying to
I
distance
don't
themselves?
think he's going to leave the country. I mean, if he did, it'd be like for a short, I don't think he'd be going anywhere, maybe for a little while, but maybe Iowa, back to his family's farm or something, like Des Moines
Right?
or whatever, I mean,
A little staycay?
what's that?
A little staycay away?
Yeah, a little staycay away. I mean, half the people in the Midwest don't even care, or the Heartland don't even know what the hell's going on. So I think it'd be fine there probably. I don't know. Maybe they'll be gone. I mean, you can't. I mean, just because you're, like a high-end celebrity doesn't always mean you can just say whatever you want. Regarding certain people like that Masterson guy. That's a
whole bag of worms right there too, right?
Yeah, that's a whole like disgusting situation. And they weren't the victims, so it's like, again, you don't know it when you know people. You only know maybe a side of them. You don't always know the dark side, right? That's going on behind other doors. So with this Diddy stuff, I mean, it's just nonstop. And I mean, it's going to be nonstop. This has been going on for decades, right? So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, are they able to prove that this stuff happened? I mean, that's going to be obviously a defense type of case. But I mean, he's buried at this point. It's just, I mean, good luck with the criminal defense team. Like, I just really wish them. I don't wish them well. Actually, I don't want to say that. I don't wish them anything. I hope he's done in my mind. I don't even want to listen to his music. I don't want to give him any. Like, I used to really, like his music and stuff, or whatever he produced. He wasn't really an amazing musician, but you know what I mean, like rapper or whatever.
Sampling.
Lyricist.
Lyricist.
Now it's like, I was always like whatever with him, but I know it's just Diddy did.
Did he do it?
Diddy did. Did he do it? Did he dead? I don't even care. He's gone. Like, bye-bye.
The one thing that they haven't even got into yet, and this is going to come up in the trial, if all this really occurred, and allegedly it did, and I believe it did, but there's going to be video everywhere.
Oh, he was walking with a camcorder, they were saying. That they have all the tapes. That's the thing. It's like there are people that don't even know they were on tape and he was filming them. I don't know, we have like pin cameras or something. Who knows?
Who was it that got the drunk driving? Remember a few months ago we talked about
JTT. JT, not JTT. We love JTT.
Justin Timberlake.
That film of him crashing with his car, that was somebody on the street with their cell phone. And I guarantee you, if he was at this party, somebody at that party had the camera going.
All the parties we are. Thousands of people have been in these parties. Allie, you've been there.
Sorry. Go ahead.
We have a question, Angela? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that, I have a connection, obviously, that's somebody who gets shopped all the tapes from everything in Hollywood. Anyone's tape that's been put out there has been shopped to this specific individual. And he had stated that there is nobody currently right now, there is no high-end celebrities of any kind that have any tapes being shopped. And there was somebody that was trying to shop one. And at first there was someone, but she was an unknown, but it was with a different very well-known individual, but she was trying to use that and then say it was Diddy, but then it got shot down. But there's nothing, and he's a very highly credible source for this business. So,
Angela, what I was saying to that is, how many A-listers, if you will, want to admit they were at a Diddy party with all this shit going down? So why
nobody, GR. Nobody wants to be. No one's going to admit that. Nobody wants to admit that.
If they've got the tape, are they going to want to say, "Oh, I've got a tape of that"? And that means
the person who might,
that's admitting you were at the party. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, what I mean is that, like, not just the A-lister, but I'm saying the person who wasn't the A-lister, that was just maybe the regular, Jane Doe, or Joe, John Deere or whatever, not Joe. You know what I mean? They're the ones shopping it around and trying to get it. So with the A-listers in it, or if it's with Diddy, they're the ones, they'd be doing that. So there's nothing happening at all at the moment with any A-listers, because they are all freaking out that have been to any of his parties or events and have partaken in these activities.
Everybody's freaking out. It's just like big news everywhere, and it just keeps building up and building up week by week by week. We're gonna be hearing about this till May. Allie, you've been in here. We've been talking about this. What do you think about this, Allie? Do you think that Ashton Kutcher is gonna flee the country? And is Diddy done in your book?
Oh my gosh. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Ashton Kutcher did a stint. After the Masterson stuff, he and Mila resigned from prevention.org. I don't know if you guys remember. He was kind of the face of this anti-trafficking thing, prevention.org. And so, like, he already had to resign from that. That puts even bigger eyes on him in this kind of situation. Like, it just looks really bad.
I think they asked him to leave.
Like, yeah. Oh, they had to have, like, surely.
Yeah.
But and then you've got people. Man, Netflix bought 50 Cent's thing about this so fast. Because 50 Cent has been making this documentary for like a decade. 50 Cent is just having the time of his life. It's just a rodeo for him. He's
50 Cent's been talking about this for years.
Years. Oh, forever. Forever. So he's like, is just having like the time of his life, because he's like, told you, and like my video is ready to go. Who wants to give me a whole bunch of money?
They're like, we're in post-production, ready to rock and roll this right now.
And then like, and people were saying like, oh, it's ironic he taped any of it. It's part of the fetish. It's part of the power play. It was compulsive. It was compulsive. It was part of what he enjoyed so much about doing this to these people, being able to relive it and hold it over their heads.
R. Kelly taped it too. Why is everybody shocked?
R. Kelly did. Yeah, nobody should be shocked.
I don't think anybody's
shocked. R. Kelly is like an
people like finding out. People want to think that if they idolize someone, if they're a fan of somebody, that person is a good person in all these ways, and that's just not the case. And so they're shocked when this person does like bad people things. How could I have liked them? What's wrong with me if I like a person who does bad things?
I mean, that's what happens. We start questioning ourselves too when you think that it's someone you idolize, right? You idolize them, and you're like, how could they be like this? I know them, but we don't know these people. We don't know these celebrities unless we're at these parties and we're involved in the industry. We don't know what's going on, and this has been something we've been talking about for a long time.
You know the surface of them. That's all you know.
Yeah, we've been talking about this GR for like almost a year.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about, and Lexi,
even if it's someone though, like.
Oh yeah.
When you know people, and you like people, you go, that certainly they would never do something like that because it's outside of the realm of possibility. This is why sometimes people are able to do very bad things, is because there's this thought that, like, even if it crosses your mind, like, no, they couldn't possibly, because that happens in the movies. That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
Unless they did it to you, you don't know.
Yeah, there's no way it can be. There's no way. That's what people think. But there is. People have different sides to them across the board. Not everybody puts their worst face forward, I should say. Their worst face forward is always the worst faces in the back, and you find out what you don't want to find out about them. Lex, you've been talking about this for a long time.
Get away with it, Brian.
Yeah.
They get away with it. Yeah. But Lex, you've been talking about this for a long time, too.
Terry Kruse came out about this way back during the Me Too movement. He was talking about this a long time, and everybody made fun of him when he talked about it because he was a man speaking about this stuff, and whenever men speak about this stuff, they get made fun of. And so it's like Terry Kruse is back out, like, once the same with 50 Cent. He's like, I told you, like, it's the same thing. And so it's like every time a man has come forward and spoken on stuff, they've had to step back on these issues. And there's been a lot of men who have come forward throughout the years who have spoken on Diddy. Usher,
said, of course.
Usher was 13 when he took him to his grooming house and did the grooming with him. and started his career. And they've been trying to get Usher to come out and talk, and Usher's like, I can't talk about it because I don't want, like, he doesn't want to do that. But Usher was a major player of what was done to him. Like, Usher had horrible things done to him. There's been all this stuff coming out about that too. So,
and Bieber too, because of that, Lexi. Bieber because of that too, because Usher got Bieber.
Bieber was terribly.
Bieber.
Oh yeah,
he had that Diddy Party song that was going on. Everybody's like joking about that Diddy Party song.
And they, like, the stuff that they say Bieber was exposed to at those Diddy parties was horrible. Same with Usher. But as far as Kutcher's concerned, he didn't flee the country when he killed his girlfriend, so I don't know why he wouldn't flee the country now. I mean, what happened with that? You know, your girlfriend was in an apartment, you found her there, you just left and went and hung out at a party. Like, you didn't seem to care about that, so I don't know why this is a big deal for you. It's not going to affect him. He's a Scientologist, and he's not done anything to a certain degree. He's only been, just at parties and stuff. So they're going to protect him, and he's going to have a career. And I mean,
Kelso having a great time.
He's got enough. He's got so much around him. Like, Kutcher has had so much go down throughout the years that he has had, like, hit him, and this come off him like water, like off of a duck's back. Like, this guy has had so much shit.
The Masterson thing, of course, but beyond that,
the Masterson stuff. I mean, let's talk about the '70s show people. Like Will Valderrama, him and fucking Masterson. They're three of the shittiest people. They're terrible people, and they've like all.
We don't know yet.
Like,
let it go to court.
No. They've all had. They're all terrible people. Like, I'm not
allegations.
Like,
but still, there's lots happening behind closed doors we don't know about. But I also think about that, Lexi, is too. It's like if you're friends, and it's hard, but they were like really good friends. So it's like there's all these pictures when they're super young. You used to be like, oh, you're just hanging out, playing football, but we know each other very well. It's like throughout that time, the same with Masterson. It's like these are the people you're associated with. You know what I mean? Like it makes you think that maybe he's involved with this too. That honestly just does. And they're allegations, but it makes you think, doesn't it?
There's a reason the guy who plays Eric doesn't talk to any of those people and was never friends with them.
Yeah. Topher Grace too. Topher Grace has nothing to do with them. He wouldn't go to parties, nothing.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want anything with those people. He's like, nothing. And Donna's a Scientologist too. So like, I mean, they have like Scientology protections. Like, at the end of the day, like, I mean, there's a lot of that.
Who isn't a Scientologist? Oh my God. It's like
the thirsty daddy's not.
No, definitely not.
I'm not either. So
my money stays with me.
I still love when I first moved here. They're like outside Central Casting, one of the big casting places everybody here in LA. They used to like hold up outside there, and like there'd be like hundreds of people in line. I remember like my first time I signed up, I went in there. I was there all day. I did the sign up. I came outside, and they stop you right there and like, hey, do you want to get some acting classes? We're casting for this, and this. And I'm like, you're excited? Oh yeah, I just got here. Maybe I get cast this outside this casting house. Must be great. And they're like, well, we're from the Church of Scientology. I'm like, because you're moving here, you hear the rumors, all that. You're like, I'm okay. I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic. I'm like, I'm good. And they're like, oh, I'm Catholic too, but I'm also a Scientologist. You should join me in my journey with you, and we can conquer the town. You're the best actor ever. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to leave. But they would get people. They actually got my number, and I was like freaking, I was young. I gave them my number. They called me.
Brian, that is so creepy. Like. Your church should have nothing to do, it should have nothing to do with acting. It's
no.
They have a hand in it. They have a lot of hand in it. Like, really, they do. Like, there's too much. But
they have their own studio, their own casting.
Oh, guys, I'm Catholic. Do you want to come and join our church? And we have some auditions for the Bible study.
By the way, if you join the church, I'll make sure you get a role in that movie over there.
Yeah, honestly, we have Mary and Joseph.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But for the people that find some joy there, just for the people that find some joy in there, like, I'm happy for you. I am. If you find some joy that makes you feel like you get up in the morning and you feel more fulfilled, great.
Sure.
But just know that you shouldn't be pushing that on other people when they're coming to a place where they're supposed to be getting their job to move their future, and they moved across the country. It's just not a good situation, and it's not a good look.
Did you know that Danny Masterson tried to get out of jail by admitting that he was transgender?
I did not.
That was the funniest shit.
I think I did hear something about that.
He was like, no, I'm trans. I got to get out of jail, and I got to start my transition. I'm trans. That was like...
What's the
He's not.
He in China.
He tried to, like...
it's hard people can pull now. You could walk up tomorrow, like, anyone could be like, yep, I'm trans, actually, to somebody, and be like, well, then you have to follow all these different protocols and all this other stuff. There's all kinds of things people are using now with sexuality.
To get out of jail? Yeah. Like, you're a prison, you're in prison. You're in prison.
Does that void me
Jail,
from prison?
jobs. I mean,
Might I
it's
have to go to prison because I'm trans?
It's like you're done. You're good. You don't have to go to prison.
Yeah.
Never.
You get like a suite somewhere.
I get a suite. Oh my god, special
You get a
privileges.
suite with
Yep,
a private kitchen and I mean, like,
Oh,
and
God.
then say you're a Scientologist on top of it, and then you're just
I'm a transgender
You
Scientologist.
get this- you
I
get
need
the-
to go
you
to
get
this new prison.
with the best windows, the best view, the best view.
The ocean
Best
view.
view.
What are the ocean whatever?
Oh,
I just don't think that. I just don't think he's going to flee the country. I think there's always something's going to happen when you're friends with somebody. It doesn't matter if you don't even know what they're like behind closed doors. When you're that close to a friend with somebody, you're going to be associated with them. That's what's going to be. That's what happens in life. You associate with people, you're going to be associated with this person. Now, it doesn't mean
the country. We even care.
does who even care if he flees?
Do we even really? Do we? Any of us really care if you even?
I don't care.
It
No.
falls under the heading of Delegaff.
I think I saw someone in the chat said he's gonna move to the North Pole. I'm like, good, send him out there. But except Santa Claus doesn't want that shit in his office either. Okay,
Thank you.
he doesn't need that shit. Santa's too busy for like making children toys and taking care of the America and the world and bringing world peace to the everybody on Christmas
To reboot Punk.
or Hanukkah.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to bring it back. Haha,
Yeah.
I fooled you. I'm not really leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just say
maybe-
at the end of the day.
Try and go do that in the Middle East.
Put the
right
trucker
now.
hat on. He's like, I punked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bon
I just think
Jovi.
that this Diddy thing is a lot. It's a lot, and I just think at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about this more. We will. These allegations keep coming forward, and it sounds funny that people are going to leave the country, but people get scared, and also that's just saying that out loud makes me think you're more guilty. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And I just hope that at the end of the day, whatever happens with this whole trial and all this goes down and it's live and it's going to be the big trial of the century, I hope that people that actually, if they were and did get into a situation that didn't want to be there, they get justice and that this never happens again. This is not the shit that should be happening in Hollywood, in the music industry, nowhere. It shouldn't happen. And fucking, again, protect the fucking children. I'm sorry. I'm so adamant about that. When I hear about children and shit like that, it pisses me off. And this is not right. We come here, we give up so much to be in this business, and you go up to somebody you aspire to be like and you have admiration for and drove you to get to where you're being, and then they do this shit. It's not cool. Inspire people. Yeah. Don't fuck with them behind closed doors. Inspire them. Be better. Be fucking better.
I'm just curious who else. I mean, I want to see the people that are other than him, like that are responsible. I really hope they get named. I really hope
there's a list.
Oh yeah. I hope that they get blown out because we need to start cleaning out the dirty cesspool in all this industry. It just needs to get
they got blown out at the parties. That's where they got blown out. They got blown out at the parties.
Yeah.
That's true.
Blown out at the parties. Yep.
Yep.
But I hope they come to light. So
leave the children alone. I hope it all comes out, Angela. There's got to be a list.
Kids alone.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.